What an amazing day, returning things from the past. Well, welcome to Finding America. It is really nice to see you here. Now, you're about to see a hunt that took place at a new permission about 3 days ago. Now, this wasn't any ordinary hunt or any ordinary new permission. This was a chance to hunt a house that had been in the same family for 3 generations. Well, I was approached by the homeowner and asked if I might be able to come over and search the grounds around the original family home that had been built by her grandfather in 1925. And what she wanted me to do was see if I could find anything and everything that her family may have lost over the past 100 years there. And she really hoped I'd come up with something that she could save and keep and display in the original home. Well, I couldn't say yes fast enough. And I spent a bit of time learning a lot about the family history, and then I fired up my Equinox 900 and I started finding things. It was so rewarding to find things that had been long lost by her relatives and to return them to their descendant. I tell you what, it was an awesome, awesome time out there, and I really hope you enjoy watching this one. Well, got a new permission the other day. Pretty excited about this one. It's a really nice Tudor cottage, and built originally in 1925, and it's still in the same family as the ones that built it. The current owner, her grandparents built this in 1925. Now it's got a really nice huge yard. Check out that garage. It's built into the side of the hill, and kind of a little bit of a steep hill overlooking town here. And but I have a huge backyard to detect in. I also have this side yard. There's a pretty decent front yard as well. So very cool. And the object of this hunt, and hopefully it's one of many more to come, is to find anything we can from her original family. So I think it's pretty awesome. 3 generations. I'm going to dig everything, and it all goes back to her so she can keep it with the house and have it displayed in the house. So I'm really, really looking forward to this. And I'm going to show you the very first find I got. Well, second find I should say. I dug up a memorial. But this one was giving me a 73. Big, long target. And I popped it out, and it was a tube, which we find these a lot of times, but it is an older tube, and one that I have not dug before. It says Uzinol Products Company, and you can see a little slit there to regulate the flow coming out of the tube. It looks like a U in Uzinol, but I'll have to look that one up. But obviously someone in her family lost a long time ago. This one was giving me a 43 signal. I dug down, nothing too crazy, but I unfolded it. It's an old milk bottle foil cap, and it's from the Stokely Dairy, which is a pretty prominent family in the area, and they started a dairy in the early 1900s, and this one probably dates from the 1950s. Well, I was just hunting right by this garage right here. I could just picture the kids playing on the roof of this garage. It's only about 2 feet off the ground. So I was gonna do a row up here, see what I could find. Second target, this one was just some copper flashing. 48 in this one, and got a piece of brass. It's probably going to be a piece to an old nylon web belt buckle. So you can see probably World War II era or 30s. So neat little find. At least I'm getting some stuff with some pretty good age here. Well, I double checked the hole before moving on. Got another nice little tone. So I dug down and I found another piece to this buckle, and it's definitely a web buckle. You can see the gripper portion of it here, and of course that would have fit into these two holes right here and would have gripped onto the web belt to hold it tight. This is kind of significant to me because it's more than likely World War II issue. It just has that military look, and her uncle back in the day was a test pilot during World War II, so could have belonged to one of her family members, and nice little find. Very happy with that. Well, I later found out that her father and his brother had both served in the military. Her uncle Albert was a test pilot during World War II. And her father Roy had served in the U.S. Army at the time as well. Well, just to let you know, I'm using the 10x5 Coiltek. I can't seem to get that thing off my shaft there. It's just an awesome coil. Of course, I've got some properties that I'm going to be going back with the bigger coils. I'm waiting for a little more rain because I want to get some depth and want to be able to dig pretty deep. Of course, I'm using the Equinox 900 and Park 1. Pretty much it. And this was giving me a 25, ringing up like a nickel. I was kind of hoping for a buffalo, but I got something pretty darn cool. This is an old jewelry pin. How about that? Not too shabby. Definitely an oldie, 30s, 40s. And whatever is in it is long gone. I sifted through the dirt trying to find it, but you can see where the pin was on the back. So, very happy with that. And like I said, it's just extra special when you know the stories behind what you're finding. Well, here's something I always love finding at these 20s and 30s houses. The early brass water hose nozzles. Looks like that's what it is. So pretty cool. And yeah, definitely a sign that the place has not been hunted. It was only about 4 inches down. Well, we have more mysteries solved this week, thanks to all of you watching last week. You might recall the unusual brass tube that I found in last week's episode. Well, about 1,000 of you definitely let me know what this was, but the very first to do so was Eric Cochran. And he let me know that what I'd found was actually a very old brass cigar tube. Well, we actually had a twofer this week. And the second mystery solved involves that curious little clip that I also found in last week's episode. Well, luckily, 2 people that were watching knew what this item was. Metal Detecting Northwestern Wisconsin and Max Sands both let me know that this is probably some type of engine clip made by a company called Sachs Automotive. Originally a German company established in 1895, they made automobiles, motorcycles, snowmobiles, and practically everything else in between. So a huge thank you goes out to all of you out there that helped make last week's mystery finds this week's mystery solved. Well, I'm just sort of jumping around, getting a feel for the place, and going along the sidewalk up to the front door here. I got a 37. Not a whole lot of signals along here, and that's kind of typical of some of the houses. The front yards are kept nice and no one goes on them too often, but the backyard is where everyone congregates, so that's why I'm jumping around, just get a feel for it. But this 37 I dug down and I thought it was just junk until I started to brush it off. And check it out, it's my first old toy. That's a train car. It looks like it has a stack of wood and some barrels in it, and that is pretty darn cool. I definitely like that, and that'll be a nice little piece for the homeowner to have. Who knows, it might actually be one of her dad's toys. So very cool. I'm very happy to have found that. Well, I couldn't believe this. I filled the hole back in, haven't neatened it up yet, but I ran my coil over it and got another signal right here, and check it out. I think it's another one of the train cars. I don't know, that's what it looks like, so I wanted to grab my camera and we'll find out together. Ooh, unfortunately it's pretty deteriorated on this. Let's see what the other side. Oh, how cool is that? Check this out. Look at that. It's like a water car? I don't know. He's got like a hose coming out. There's a man standing right there. Is that not awesome? Wow. Two of the cars. I've never seen a railroad car like that. That is just way too cool. I can't wait to show you this. Such a couple neat little finds. Well, I think I got something pretty cool in this hole. Give me a 26 nickel signal, pretty tight signal. Definitely got my hopes up. I've dug a couple Jeffersons, but they were pretty modern, but not this one. No. It said it was still in the hole, so I gave it a pop, and look at there. Nah, I can tell you right now, it's no Jefferson. So I'm hoping for a buff or maybe a V nickel. I think it's going to be a V because it is so smooth. No high relief on this one. Lordy, I don't know. I hope it's not just a punch out. It might be. I don't know, let me get it cleaned up, get a better look at it, but it might just, it's really hard to tell. I'll be back. Well, no sir, it is not an electrical punch out. Check it out. I got a V nickel. 1902. Predates the house, but was probably in circulation up until the 20s or 30s. This one is definitely worn, but it is a 1902 V nickel. How awesome is that? I was not expecting that. Awesome find. I love it. Well, just a couple feet up from where I got the V nickel, got a jumpy signal all over the place. Kind of settled down in the mid-20s, and about 6 inches down, I think I got a piece to an old toy again. Looks to be an old metal wheel, and that's very cool. It's going to be an early toy as well, 20s, 30s, somewhere in there. So very happy to have that, and maybe the body of it somewhere in this yard. So I'm started a row on the other side of the sidewalk, and I just got done showing the homeowner what I'd found, and she was pretty excited, and I'm glad for that. This one's gonna be a really nice signal, 77 to 83, and I said it was further down. I popped on the outside of the hole, and look what popped out. I don't know what it is. It might be nothing, Bazinga, but I'll tell you what, I'm gonna go ahead and spray it off and give it a brushing and keep our fingers crossed. Well, I gave it a quick brush. I think I see some numbers on it, but it doesn't appear to be anything of too much interest, but I'll get it cleaned up a little bit more when I get home. But I definitely see like a 1452 on it, so not sure what that is. It's aluminum, very thin, but ooh, if that had only been a big token. Well, I'm on the side yard here, and got a nice 73 high tone dug down, and I got my first weedy here. Now, pretty cool. I cleaned it off. It's going to be a 44 from Philadelphia Mint, so I'm very happy to have that. Now, 1944 was kind of a sad year for this family. Albert, the one of two sons, was tragically, he died while on a test pilot mission in 1944 in World War II. So this is what I always say, when you can learn the history and the background of what happened in this house, and you're actually have an idea of the people who lost the things in this yard, that makes the find so much more special. Like I always say, it's history that makes the find a treasure. And this 44 Wheatie will be a nice little treasure to give to the homeowner. Well, got another nice high tone, just a few feet from the 44 Wheatie, and just a couple inches down, a nice early Wheatie. This one's going to be a 1917 with the Philadelphia Mint, and you can see the backside. I'll get it cleaned up a little bit better, but that's a great little find right there. Well, this one was giving me a 65 signal, about 4 inches down, another nice wheat penny. And this one's going to be a 29 Philadelphia. So I was kind of hoping it was 25. I'll find a coin, the date the house was built, but that's pretty awesome. I will definitely take that. Well, this one was giving me a nice signal in the 50s. I already cleaned it, but this is how I saw it when I pulled it out. But I'm not sure exactly what it is. It's closed off here. It kind of looks like, I thought, a mechanical pencil, or then I thought it was like a shaving razor handle. Yep, I think that's exactly what that is. Yep, that's an old razor handle. You can see the threaded part up here now. So very cool. Probably 40s, 50s, somewhere in there. Could be older, but I definitely like that. I always enjoy finding them. Well, this one was giving me a 63 right behind this garage, and managed to clean off a little bit, and it actually says Golf on the back, Golf LS. So little toy car, probably from the 80s, Volkswagen Golf, and yep, pretty cool. Well, I was just going along here and got a 48 signal. Said it was still in the hole, so I went wide and popped it. And I think I've got a brooch. Let's see. Yes, I do. Yeah, I thought I saw it when it popped out. Now, whatever was in the middle is kind of melted, or a little hard to tell what it was, but it was definitely a very pretty early 1900s brooch. So very cool. And I'll get this one cleaned up, get you a better look at it. Definitely happy with that find. Another nice signal here. Give me about a 73. 6-7 inches down. I've already cleaned it up, save a little bit of time, but another really nice weedy. And this one I think is a 29 with a Denver mint mark. Looks like a D, but yeah, I will definitely take that. I think that's 4 out of the yard so far. And yeah, I'm having a lot of fun out here. This one was giving me a 73 and I got another one. This little wheat penny right there, 56. And Philadelphia mint. Let's get you in on that one. So yeah, there's got to be a silver coin hiding here somewhere. Well, I might have something pretty interesting in this hole. It's give me a 75. And about 6 inches down, I finally popped it out. And if you look down there, it looks like I have a pendant. You can see a loop at the top. I don't know anything about it. I just saw it. Ooh. I don't know. I don't know if it's silver or it feels a little heavy to be aluminum. Wow, what is that? Huh. I don't know. I think it might be a monogram. Wouldn't that be something? Boy, I sure hope so. I think this is silver. I tell you what, let me grab my bottle and spray it. I don't know what in the world this is. Huh. Hang on just a second. I don't know what it is. My confirmation. Oh my gosh. Now this could be an amazing family piece to get back to the homeowner. This is the kind of stuff I was hoping for. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? My confirmation. And I do believe that is silver. Incredible. I'm so happy to have that. Well, we're still not sure exactly who that medallion belonged to, but she believes it might have belonged to her grandmother. Well, it was an awesome hunt out there, and I am definitely heading back to see what else I might find around that old house. And here's another look at all the priceless family treasures I was able to recover in this episode. Well, you know, there's really nothing better than detecting a spot where you know something about the people who lost the things that you're now finding. And there's really nothing better than being able to return those items back to the family. You know, it isn't just a yard. It's where people long ago lived their lives and raised their families. And like I always say, it's history that makes a find a treasure. I really hope you enjoyed this one, and I can't wait to see you back here next week on Finding America.